So hey, welcome to my ARMA 3 Let's Play. We're going to be playing a scenario mod called Antistasi Altis, which has been in development for a little bit over a year now, and I've been a big fan of it. I've played a couple different iterations of it, and I have a group I play with online, but I wanted to just take another swing at it because I haven't picked it up in a couple versions of the mod. And kind of the concept with this mod is that essentially you are leading an insurgent movement that has to retake all of Altis, the main island in ARMA 3, from a overwhelmingly superior force of AAF, though in the version of Antistasi I'm playing, we're working with some integrated mods here to replace the AAF and our NATO friends with the RHS and USAF mod packs. So I guess I had a file on here, but we're going to just go with a new session here. So at the start of the game, you get a chance to kind of put down your base wherever you want. There's a default starting location in the southeast of the map, but I personally don't really like that starting location very much. I feel like it's just very safe and it's kind of boring. And if we look at the map here, we can see that there's a number of the green forces are the AAF, and they're the bad guys, and there's a number of bases and outposts spread throughout the map. And the goal of the scenario is to control or have the loyalty of 51% of the civilian population on the island, and to also control this center airfield without having 7 towns get destroyed by the CSAT carrier group, who, once you get a little bit later in the game, will start doing bombing runs on civilian targets. So power plants have to be controlled in order to maintain the loyalty of towns and also to make associated factories work. There's some benefits to holding on to factories and also these resource sites, but I won't go into those until you've kind of seen what the game looks like. And there's also a number of airfields and sea bases that generate the AAF forces. So I don't know exactly where I want to start here. You generally want to try to stay someplace that is near some towns so you can have some city support, but you also want to eventually be able to expand into some resource points. The thing is, though, early in the game you don't want to be too reliant on holding territory because the AAF will really just kind of steamroll you. So and also the NATO carrier group is down here, and one of your goals is to get support from NATO, so when they fly reinforcements and material support into you, they do have to actually get it onto the island. So you can't, if you can set up a base up here, but you will kind of be unable to get NATO support. So I think I'm going to try to start on the west coast up here, but I want to be out of this area and just be kind of up. So I'm halfway between the urban sprawl around Kavala and all these bases that have overlapping support of each other, but I can also kind of do some missions up in this less populated area near Oreo Castro. So let's just see what this looks like. And we're gonna do a hard start. So you have the option to start with some more money, but that's not as much fun, so we're not going to do that. So here I've arrived on the island, presumably by paradrop or whatever, and here's Commander Petros. One of the other victory conditions is making sure that he stays alive for the duration of the scenario. And I don't know exactly how long this series is going to be. but it's probably going to take quite a long time, because this is definitely a scenario that's going to take probably a couple weeks to really get through. Ooh, look at that moon on the water. That's nice. So at the start of the scenario, we get access to kind of a basic inventory of gear, and it's randomized, but it actually looks like we got... Oh wow, this is actually a really, really good start. For those of you not familiar with the RHS weapons, I've got some disposable rocket tubes here. I've got some anti-air launchers, a variety of rifles, and actually a fairly good selection of sniper scopes. So, okay, yeah, that's not a bad start at all. So, I'm going to advance time because I don't want to start in the evening, because I don't believe I started with any night vision, and it's really hard to do things in the dark. So we're going to put out this fire, and it's about 2 in the morning, and this should bring us up to about 10 a.m. So here we are, day 1 of the revolution. It's a overcast day, a little bit of fog in the morning here. Petros, how you feeling, buddy? You ready to overthrow the AAF and take back Altis for whoever we work for? Probably ourselves, because we're rebels. Yeah. So this base is ugly, so I'm gonna do something about this. And let's just hop into third person here. Kind of set this up a little bit better. So this mod doesn't let you do a lot of base building, but it does let you move things around enough that you can kind of customize your base. Make everything look nice. So we'll put this down. Yeah, stay put. Put this down right there. And I guess we're just gonna have... Yeah, I don't think I can move that. Just a weird floating campfire. And Petros, you take care of that. Just make sure that doesn't fly off. And just because I like the way it looks, we are gonna put camo net in place here. Look at that. Look at all this space to plan missions. Yeah, let's turn this up. Yeah, okay. Well, that's just very aesthetically pleasing, I think. So, to start off with, I don't know that I really want to use this rifle. And I think what I would rather do is go undercover and see if we can kind of scout out the local town and see what we have to work with here. I'm not super familiar with this area, so we're just going to try to get a feel for what's around and what the local resistance is gonna be like. So we're gonna go undercover here, and I think I'm gonna wear a fedora because nobody suspects a guy with salmon pants and a fedora. But we're also gonna take a gun because that's important. We'll get some smoke grenades there. And for those of you not familiar with RHS, it's a really, really fantastic mod. adds a number of authentic Russian forces. The RHS, AFRF actually is an acronym for Armed Forces of the Russian Federation. And there's some guns you'd be expecting, maybe like an AK-47, that aren't fully present, but there's a lot of very, very meticulously modeled weapons and vehicles. So one of the other functions you can have, like at your HQ here, is rather than having to store all the vehicles that you have just in a yard, you can use what's called the garage in a flagpole here. And I think you start with some, you start with some vehicles. So we're going to bring that truck out, and we're also going to, so it looks like I have 3 ATVs and a civilian truck. I know the paint job keeps changing, but that's the same truck. It just is randomized. So we'll get this kind of like trashy. Yeah. Well, I mean, it fits with the fedora. And we'll go incognito here, which is essentially the enemy will treat me like a civilian. And I'm going to hire myself
Be advised, reinforcements have
a buddy to go into town with me. Levantis is not really looking too inconspicuous here, but you know, he's probably well close enough. So Levantis is at least going to be treated as incognito.
Get in that vehicle. Copy that.
Because I'm incognito, and this is a mod, so it's not perfect.
Ready.
Yeah, that's not too safe. This is a revolution where we do that kind of stuff. One of the things we're revolting against is OSHA standards. So let me just kind of check the map. I have enhanced map turned off, so I can't actually see myself on the map without a GPS. But we're right around here where it shows my headquarters. And the nearest town is Agios Konstantinos, which leads down into kind of a valley here. If you know how to read a topographic map, these are the hills, and we're in a valley here where there's a number of cities with a factory as well as a power plant. These outposts are most likely going to be manned by a couple mortar teams that can really mess you up if you get too close to them. So, and then there may also be a number of unmarked outposts in this area, which we'll have to scout out in time. But I'm far from any major bases, which is one of the nice things, because I'm probably not going to get attacked without warning here. And up to the north we have a road that goes up to Oreo Castro, which is a pretty small town. But we're gonna go check out Agios. I already forgot the name of it. Let's go see what it looks like. So my goal for this was to do a relatively hardcore playthrough, which is a little ridiculous considering that I'm driving in third person right now, but there's a fair amount of opportunities to cheese in Antistasi. What's that? Is there a base up there? There's a fair number of opportunities to cheese in Antistasi, and I'm going to set myself some kind of self-enforced rules for getting around those. The first is that every time I die, I have to go back to the campfire and wait 8 hours. I can't like run back to my corpse and try to recover my gear. Just because we want to make death a little bit more meaningful than it is sometimes in single player. And I also, mortars are really, really powerful, and I think in the current version of the game they're a little too powerful. So I'm not going to allow myself to buy any mortars until I've managed to steal at least one from the AAF. So currently, the city is looking fairly empty. There's some civilian vehicles. Oh boy. Okay, okay. I've just lost undercover.
Levantis, dismount. Copy. 5 meters.
And
Left.
Levantis has
He's down.
lost undercover
Standing
as
by.
well. Oh boy. So there was a dog with that patrol. I probably should have mentioned, dogs can make you lose undercover. Levantis,
Levantis, move left. Solid copy.
just hang out
Ready.
here. Okay. So I need to decide if I even want to fight this, or if I just want to get out of here.
Levantis, fall back. Solid copy.
I think...
Contact. Soldier. 5 meters. Up ahead. Fast mover. 800 meters. East. Levantis, move up.
Okay, so
On the way.
Levantis and I are in a little bit of trouble here.
Standing by.
But we've, okay, yeah, hey. Yeah, definitely run towards the gunfire, guys. So there are some civilians in the game that like to like to hang around, and you generally want to make very
Area
certain you
clear.
avoid
Contact. Rifleman.
hurting any of them, or allowing them to get hurt. Oh, that's not a good sound.
75 meters. Front. Contact. AT soldier.
Okay. Okay. So, I can hear a helicopter off in the distance, and that's really bad news, because even if I got back into the truck at this point, I certainly could not outrun a helicopter. And, the last thing I want to do is lead a helicopter back to our base. Oh boy, it's right there, huh?
200 meters. Right.
Okay, Levantis, and hold fire,
Hold
buddy.
fire.
So getting into a scrape a little sooner than I meant to here. Oops, caught on the doorway. No way. Okay. I didn't think so. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, that's just a rabbit. Okay, so I can't see where this guy is at. Time to reload.
Helicopter. AT soldier. 700 meters. North.
There he is. that was a two-man team.
Levantis, return to formation. Solid copy.
Oh, ha! That was not a two-man team.
Back up. 75 right up ahead.
This is an eventful start to the Let's Play. I was okay. Alright. We're just gonna manage this. Levantis, how are you doing, buddy? We need to move out of here. We're just gonna get pinned down. But I need something to shoot down that helicopter with first.
Levantis, fall back!
We're gonna get up this way. So we gotta get some high ground here. Why am I shooting this dog? I'm not a sociopath, I promise. The dog is actually working for the enemy. There are no civilian dogs in Antistasi. I apologize to anyone that didn't want to see me shoot a dog. It's actually the reason, though, that we are currently in the situation that we're in. So that drone is I don't know where that's coming from, but that's a bad situation.
We've got an enemy. Helicopter, 600 meters, north. Spec up, 100 meters, left. I see movement. Sniper, 100 meters, right up ahead.
I don't know how they didn't spot me, but I don't know where that fire's coming from. If we're calling spec ops, that must mean that I don't know what that means. That's not good though. That means there's spec ops in the area. I haven't played a recent enough edition of Antistasi to really know what that translates to. But that helicopter
300 meters southwest.
appears to have fucked off, at least temporarily. So I think it is time. For us to make an exit, but not before get myself some swag here.
Target acquired. I've got a visual. 80 soldier. Man, 75 meters. Just
Alright.
up ahead.
Can't get greedy.
There's an enemy. 80 soldier. 100 meters. Right up ahead.
Oh, got too greedy. Levantis, don't do it, buddy. Oh no. Okay. Alright, alright.
Need help.
Yeah, I know, man. Okay. Gonna have to leave this rocket behind. I don't know why I thought I could do that. Okay, okay. We gotta get back to the road. I have far overstayed my welcome.
Back 100 meters. Road. 80 soldier. 100 meters. Left.
Rifleman, 75 meters. Man, 100 meters. Back.
So I accidentally turned on high command, which is what I kind of locked up. Levantis. Oh no. Okay, alright, we're gonna try to get Levantis up and we're gonna get out of here. And I might need a grenade launcher to do that. Okay, don't know where that went. Where that was a dud. Can I misfire a grenade launcher? Yeah, just, okay, yeah, morph through that wall. That's, you know, that's a reasonable response to your situation. I'm like shocked I haven't pulled mortar fire yet. That would be more or less expected at this point. So we're just gonna run for it. Try to get some gradient between me and the guys shooting at me here. Try to outrun that helicopter. So, little force recon of that village didn't go quite as planned. Unexpectedly ended up losing one of my guys, but but that's okay. You can't liberate your country without breaking a few eggs. I'm not gonna go say that to Petros, but yeah. Sorry if I seem like super jaded, but the AI in this game is so bad that at least the enemy AI is great, but your friendly AI is so bad that you end up getting a little frustrated with them over the span of the game. So I wonder if this early morning fog is working in my favor, because that helicopter is so far nowhere to be seen. So, that was our force recon of Agios Konstantinos. You can see I got a leaflet drop mission assigned to me there. The way this mission works is I have to take this truck, which is full of leaflets, and drive it around to 3 or 4 areas around town, drop the leaflets off while presumably under fire from the occupying forces. So, after having seen kind of the state of Agios Konstantinos, we're gonna forego that for now, and I'm gonna drop off this rifle I stole, which seems to be really my only catch of the day. And I ended up trading a guy for it, which isn't great. Let's garage these. There's a quirk with the ammo box where you have to do kind of a weird thing to load it once it gets full, but I won't bother explaining that now. So yeah, that was our first mission, a force recon of the local town, and one that, you know, anyone you walk away from. So, gonna have to try again and get another truck up and kind of take a look at this, because I don't really know what's in the area. I know there's a garrison in Agios Konstantinos. There may be some bases up here. I don't know if this is a base sign, because I know that there are some areas where they have those that aren't bases. So that might just be a thing that denotes that that's a mountaintop. But yeah, we'll I think we'll break for here. So one more thing, this mod is a little too large and too complex to really save on its own, so it has its own save feature that makes it so that you don't lose any data when you're coming back from the save. But probably take 5 here and then get back to it, and we'll take another scouting mission out, because I really do need to get a look at what's out here.